What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 161. And today we're returning with the knockout stages of World Cup 2026, where after a very disappointing World Cup group stage, we finished runners-up in Group G behind Denmark, who take on Switzerland in the last 16. But our opponents, our punishment for underperforming in the group, sees us take on the winners of Group H, and that is Brazil. Yes, Brazil are our opponents for the first knockout round of the World Cup, so a very tough task for us to overcome the first opponent of the knockout stages and make it through to the quarterfinals. Brazil, of course, so many amazing, talented youngsters. They never seem to have a problem with young superstars coming through the ranks, so this is going to be a very difficult game indeed. And one thing you'll notice as well during the course of these games, I talked about it before, but I can't show you the lineups on the screen with the nice graphics because they never get shown, so that's why you'll always see the player rating screen to show you the lineups and what team is using what player. I do apologise, I know it looks a little bit tacky, but it's like I can't do nothing about it, so the lineups never get shown in international games for God knows what reason. But yeah, taking on Brazil for the last 16 then with England, and going out here would be a catastrophic failure. Yes, of course, no shame in getting knocked out by Brazil, no doubt about that, but I'm targeting a place in the final. First knockout round, not good enough. So heading into this game after a really poor first 3 games, I was very aggressive playing this game, I got to be honest here. I was literally sitting there thinking, if I don't put in a good shift, I'm going to be very angry with myself, and I know we'll be going out. I've got to perform better than I did in the first 3 games, where I think complacency was the main reason I underperformed. So starting this game, all the chances fell to England in the first half. We've been a much better team, whilst Brazil had passed the ball around really nicely. I was sacrificing possession and pass accuracy for quicker attacks. Every time I got the ball forward, like here with Trent down the right hand side, I didn't conserve energy and just play it in field and look for a slow attack. I just charged forward as quickly as I could, looking for more chances to get more goals. And in the second half, 30 minutes after the restart, we had a great chance here. Sterling down the right, feeds it into the middle, and Tony, talk about composure from Ivan, scored 1 goal in his 2 games in the group stage. That came from the spot, but this is his first goal in open play in the World Cup on the stroke of the hour mark. Sterling down the right hand side, feeds it into the middle, and you've got to credit the shocker here as well. So composed from the 30-year-old. He's under pressure, yellow shirts are surrounding him, but he takes his time, swivels, turns, and finesses the ball into the bottom corner. Lovely turn and finish by the number 9 there. And of course, with no Harry Kane, no Marcus Rashford, no Jadon Sancho, Ivan Toney knows if we're going to make it far in this World Cup, he's going to be the guy that's going to get us the goals. Gets his second of the campaign there and makes it Brazil 0, England 1. Out of 18 minutes to go, golden chance to make it 2. Trent and Phil play a couple of 1-2s as Alexander-Arnold plays it back into Foden, who smacks it past Edison into the far corner. And with 16 minutes on the clock, Phil Foden beats his Manchester City teammate to guarantee a place in the quarterfinals for England. Lovely play between Trent and Foden in this game. Trent was having a storming game at right back for us, and Foden, what a finish as well. Knocks the ball onto it, into his path, drills it with the right boot, and Edison, his Man City teammate, has got absolutely no chance with that one. So England lead by 2 against Brazil. And after missing a few good chances in the first half, I had to make sure I'd take them in the second. Great finish by Foden, 2-0 to England, but with a minute to go, oh my goodness gracious me, so much concern when this happened here. Sterling feeds the one into Tony, goes to shoot, but it gets upended. It's not a penalty, it's not a foul, it's just an awkward collision. The game finishes directly afterwards, but Tony didn't seem to be in any discomfort walking off the pitch after the final whistle. But this is EA we're talking about. The players could hold their shoulder, you have a broken foot. Tony looks very, very, very hurt during the time he went down, and despite making it through against Brazil, I was very worried indeed. We're into the quarterfinals of the World Cup after beating Brazil by 2-0, but Ivan Toney will play no further part in the World Cup. He's broken his toe and is out for 2 months. That means he'll miss the start of the season as well. For whatever club we'll be with for the new season, Ivan Toney will miss the start of the campaign. Absolutely gutted about it. He's broken his toe. His World Cup is over. Our top scorer in the World Cup is done, and we will not see him again in an England shirt for the rest of the campaign. So with no Harry Kane, with no Marcus Rashford, Tammy Abraham, his Atletico Madrid teammate, is going to be the guy that will be leading the line in his absence alongside Raheem and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Absolutely gutted though, with Tony going down now. Our chances of reaching the World Cup final and even winning the whole thing have taken a big blow. I can imagine the bookies slashed the odds on us winning the World Cup as soon as they saw the news that Tony is done for the rest of the World Cup. So in the quarterfinals, after making it through Brazil, we will be taking on the old enemy. That's right, Germany in the World Cup quarterfinals, who we actually knocked out 2 years ago in the European Championship semi-finals on our way to reaching the final and subsequently winning by 3-0 when Ollie Shaw put in that masterclass on our way to winning our first ever European Championship with England. So we've beaten Germany before when I'll be managing England, but we still knew it was going to be a very tough task indeed against one of the strongest nations in the world. The first chance fell to us though 31 minutes in, and we so almost went in front. Phil Foden's shot well saved by Ter Stegen, who charged out of his goal and it ricocheted off our number 10 and trickled behind for a goal kick. But just like against Brazil, we were playing really good football in the first half, getting loads of good chances, including here right before half time. Callum storming down left hand side, gets around Kai Havertz, goes for a goal from a tight angle, but again it's the Barcelona goalkeeper making the save. So we had the first 2 attempts and the only real 2 attempts in the first half as well, but could not beat Ter Stegen, who was on top of his game. And 12 minutes after the restart, Trent Alexander-Arnold, great piece of defending. Germany so close taking the lead there as they dink the ball over Pickford, but Trent recovers, gets it off the line and keeps the score scoreless as it's still 0-0 in what was a very cagey and nervy quarter-final affair. But with 20 minutes to go, a chance for us to get ourselves in front and score a late winner. Foden, who played so well against Brazil, links up with Tammy. Abraham finds Dele Alli, takes it in his stride, stops the ball, turns Tylo Kehrer and puts it into the bottom corner as well, as Dele Alli, who'd been pretty quiet to be honest in this World Cup so far, gets his first goal of the campaign and finesses the ball past Ter Stegen and in to the bottom corner. England are in front against Germany. Tammy picks him out, lovely first touch, and I've said this so many times before, the easiest way to score goals against the AI is to stop and turn. Happens there, Dele stops on a dime and finesses the ball past Ter Stegen and into the bottom corner. Germany 0, England 1, and with 7 minutes to go, a chance to make it 2. Sterling turns Jonathan Tah to Berber spin, then the fake shot, and then the finish as well, as Sterling doubles our lead, and that will do it. Just like against Brazil, 2 late goals and England are marching on in the World Cup and into the semi-finals. Wonderful turn by Sterling as well there after the nice little Berber spin, quick fake shot and a great finish off balance as well to make it 2-0 and surely secure our progress into the World Cup semi-finals. And in stoppage time with progress secured, Sterling beats Jonathan Tah, who had the run around in this game, as Sterling with a step over finds a bit of space and bangs one out in against Ter Stegen and completes the rout. No Tony, no problem for England. 3-0 the final score. Raheem Sterling with a brace and Dele Alli with one in a superb performance. Our progress in the World Cup marches on. 4 years ago, we made it to the semi-finals before being knocked out by Argentina. We're back there once again, courtesy of a masterclass from Raheem Sterling. He was absolutely flawless in this game. And it's crazy to think that now in this save, he's 30 years old. How time flies, right? But yeah, Germany 0, England 3, and we're into the World Cup semi-finals as we advance in to the final 4 of the World Cup, courtesy of that man there, Raheem Sterling. He really was flawless. And Germany in the game only took a shot as well. And one thing I do want to say is this too. This right here is a case of one of the reasons why the game, since the patch, has just gotten so frustrating to play. In the group stage, with all due respect to Denmark, Australia and South Africa, you know, they're not the likes of Germany and Brazil in terms of the talent they've got right now at their disposal. Yet I found it so much harder to play against the lesser ranked nations than the big ones. And again, it's just the way that the game plays now since the patch. When you take on the big teams, it can be quite easy to brush them aside, get chances and defend against them. But when you take on one of the smaller teams and the smaller nations, with all due respect, it's just so much harder and it's just so frustrating. It really breaks the immersion and the realism as well. And the only way to change that would be me having to adjust the sliders game by game, which obviously I'm not going to do. But anyway, we're into the semi-finals of the World Cup regardless. Well, we take on the Netherlands in the World Cup semi-final. Spain take on Italy in the other semi-final tie. As we take on the Dutch boys, we're looking for a place in the World Cup final and avenging our demons from 4 years ago. We knew it was going to be tough though against the Netherlands. They've got so much young talent, and just 6 minutes in, we fell behind and conceded our first goal of the knockout stages. Donny van der Beek drills it past Jordan Pickford and gives the Netherlands the lead early into the semi-final. 1-0 to the Dutch boys, but the lead did not last long. Just a few minutes later, Tammy Abraham gets very lucky here as he dispossesses Matthias de Ligt, dinks it to the middle, and who's there to turn it in? It's Phil Foden, having a very good World Cup campaign for us there, making it 1-1 and finding our leveller in a first half where, I'll be honest here, there was only 2 chances to show you and they both resulted in goals. Both teams took 1 shot each, both teams had 1 shot on target each, both teams had 1 goal each. That was all there was to show you in the first half. Both goals, it was 1-1. But in the second half, 12 minutes after the restart, oh, Dele Alli picked that one out. What a goal from the Spurs midfielder, and that is a contender for goal of the series right there. I don't score that many long shot goals in this year's FIFA. I find it hard to score them, but this was just glorious. He picks the ball up just inside the Netherlands half, dribbles around 3 players, gets a bit of space, and from 20 yards out, that is top bins. Absolutely glorious goal by Dele Alli there, and that is again a contender for goal of the series too. It's such a shame that the celebrations are broken in World Cups in FIFA, but still, Ali makes it 2-1. Sorry, and England are in front for the first time in the semi-finals, courtesy of one of the goals of the series by Dele Alli. Absolutely glorious. But the Dutch tried to respond. Van der Beek there denied as it was still 2-1, but from the corner, De Jong whips it into the near post, and Donyell Malen heads it home and gives the Netherlands their 11. I was so frustrated about this goal as well. 3 white shirts around Donyell Malen, including the man that was assigned to mark him, the man at the near post, and a man on the near post. None of them got anywhere near him. He had a free header, and Jordan Pickford got caught in no man's land as well. Thought about coming and decided against it. The Netherlands find their leveller. Shocking defending from that corner there. And his stoppage time with the score at 2-2. Oh, I just don't believe it. 3rd minute of an additional 2 minutes allocated by the 4th official, and the Netherlands win it with one of those unstoppable curling goals from range. And the annoying thing is, I saw this happening as well. As the game was going into its final few minutes, I said to myself as I was playing this game, I can see them scoring one of those goals from range and winning it. And that's exactly what they did. The final kick of the game, and they bust that one out. I mean, what could I have done there? And I was just so frustrated. We see it so often since the patch now. The AI scoring those crazy goals from range. And with the virtually the final kick of the game, the Netherlands win it at the death, complete the turnaround, and advance to the World Cup final. And it's more heartbreak for England in the World Cup semis. 4 years ago, knocked out by Argentina in extra time. This time, knocked out by the Netherlands in stoppage time. 3-2 the final score. They scored 2 goals in the final 20 minutes to overcome their deficit. And to be fair as well, they deserved to win the game. It'll be the first to win it. They played the better football. In the second half, they were really hard to stop. They deserved to win. I won't deny it. I won't have sour grapes. They deserved to win and deserved to make it through. But again, it's just annoying because I saw it happening. I visualised it in my mind. I knew they were going to score one of those late goals, which were totally unstoppable, and win the game. They did just that. Netherlands advance. And I've got to be honest here, I kind of threw my toys out of the pram after that. I threw a bit of a straw past this. I was like, it's not fair, it's not fair. And I didn't even play the 3rd place playoff. I know I do try and play all the games, but I didn't feel up to it. After that heartbreaking loss, I just couldn't do it. We won it by a 0 regardless. Tammy scored the only goal of the game in the 1st minute, but either way, I honestly did not care either way. We finished 3rd 4 years ago, and we finished 3rd this year as well by beating Italy in the 3rd place playoff by a 0-0, which means the final would be a repeat of the final back in 2010 in South Africa between Spain and the Netherlands. And as you could see, Spain won it by 3-2. The Netherlands, of course, lost the final. Was 16 years ago it would have been against Spain after Iniesta scored that. Was it Iniesta? Was it Iniesta? Yeah, I think it was Iniesta scored that late goal in extra time. I think it was Fabregas that played him through for that one. and all the Spain lads ran on the sidelines to celebrate with him. But yeah, Spain win it regardless, so more heartbreak against Spain for the Netherlands. Even 16 years later in the game, they lose to Spain in the World Cup finals, and we are knocked out in third place. And after that as well, I decided to resign as England manager as well. I'm not sure how many more legs and how many more seasons this career mode's got, so I decided to resign. The next thing we'd have is the European Championship in 2 years' time. We've already won that. I don't think we'll make it to the next World Cup in 2030, so I decided to resign as England manager on the back of reaching the semi-finals once again. It's been a fun journey. I've brought England their first ever European Championships and back-to-back semi-final appearances in the World Cup. My time as England manager is over. I threw my toys out the pram. I threw a bit of a strop. I've had enough. I've thrown in the towel, and I've called it a day. But that was today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the World Cup, and if you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for next episode very soon, where Season 8 is going to be beginning with Career Mode, and your reward for making it through the World Cup is that we will be beginning with a new team tomorrow morning as well. So look forward to it. Have a great night, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for a brand new season with a brand new team as Season 8 gets underway tomorrow morning.